Lent for the Anglo-Saxons served a very practical purpose. Lent in the modern day is a 40-day partial fast in the period leading up to Easter that is observed by Catholics and some other Christian sects. Some modern Christians give up things like swearing or alcohol or social media, but traditionally one would abstain from various food categories. It's just a tradition that some of us observe now, but for the Anglo-Saxons it was a little more necessary. For the Anglo-Saxons, spring was typically the leanest time of the year. Almost all of the Anglo-Saxons were subsistence farmers. That means that they were living off of the food that they were able to grow and raise themselves. Spring would be when people had eaten through their winter stores, but at the same time nothing would be ripe or sprouted yet. Meanwhile, the calves, piglets, and lambs either haven't dropped yet or are still really small. If you were a person living in Anglo-Saxon Britain, you were already not going to have access to a lot of fun foods, and it was probably best to just partially fast through spring anyway. So the Anglo-Saxon observance of Lent was a community ritual around something that everybody was already gonna go through regardless. If you want to learn more about the Anglo-Saxon calendar, concepts of time, and religious observances, I recommend Winters in the World by Eleanor Parker. Parker herself personally translated a lot of the Old English sources she cites in this book, and I think that is very cool. This is one of many books I have read as research for my Viking and Anglo-Saxon-inspired fantasy romance book, Tears of the Wolf.